Are you striving to get 5-star reviews online? Well, we're talking to somebody here, Jennifer Kessel White, who has 134 5-star reviews for her team. Welcome, Jen.
Yeah, baby. Hi, Joe.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Now, 134, that's unheard of. That's an incredible amount of 5 stars. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's something we're really proud of. My team it's a smaller team, so we're not super big, but we do impress.
You do that, I think, comes probably from your background. Why don't you talk a little bit about how you got into this industry, what you did prior?
I was in the hospitality industry for many years. I managed nightclubs, restaurants, and bars. Hospitality was a big part of our business, and it really got me very motivated into not only helping people, but having them have a great experience. On top of it, becoming known. You really want to have your guests be aware of your location, and when they go there, they have a great experience. We wanted to do the same with real estate.
Yeah, it's all about the experience, right? And it's so evident when somebody gets it right. You walk into a high-end hotel, Four Seasons, the Ritz, you know you're there, and they take
Yeah,
care of you. You're anticipating what's going to happen, correct?
right.
When you're explaining to your clients, you're bringing them along. And talk to me about your brand and how you established truly to get that amount of 135 5 stars. There's got to be something in there that's a little bit nitty gritty. It didn't happen by accident. How'd you build it to get to that point?
It's still not easy because there's a lot of small moving parts for it. Every client that we obtain goes through a process to become a VIP client. Everyone is known as a VIP client until they get to either super VIP or else they are no longer on our list. So
Okay.
everyone we work with goes immediately into, as long as we have a good experience with them during the, shared respect during the working process, at the end, everyone goes on to our VIP list. Once they're there, obviously they can get to like a super tiered VIP, and that's from sending us referrals, which we are so proud that 86% of our clients are referral past clients or someone we know from our local.
And
After working with so many clients that were not fun to work with and really just didn't vibe with me, I'm kind of sarcastic. I am a little bit loud. I'm pretty direct. So I need to understand that what my clients are looking for. And during that process, I was like, oh, I loved working with this one, that one, this one. And I could see the people around me that I really enjoyed working with. I created my brand avatar from them, which is a commonly used word, who's your ideal dream client. But I kind of took that and went to the extreme with it. Every time we have a newsletter that's great, the last newsletter open got 1,500 opens. That's big for us. I create that. It doesn't look like a real estate newsletter. Our website does not look like a real estate website. I told our web creator when she made it, look at our competition. And I sent her all their links. And I said, if anything looks like theirs, you're fired. That's
nice.
And she was great. She was like, gotcha, something totally different. We're really proud of the fact that every time I talk to anybody in an online space where they can see me, I'm talking to my clients. I'm talking to my dream clients.
Beautiful.
And so I'm only giving them stuff that they would want because I attract clients through Instagram as a big platform for me, that I get clients that I'm like, perfect. You're exactly what I was looking for. And that's how you can still enjoy your job.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. I noticed on your Instagram feed, which is what's the name of it?
Welcome home 614.
Thank you. Couldn't remember the area code. Welcome home 614. And you post a lot what's going on every week. You have a list of happenings, what's going on in Columbus. So what started that? Is that something that you actually get feedback from?
It was twofold. One was I wanted to make sure that my Instagram, I don't need tens of thousands of followers. I need a few thousand local people. That's all I want. I want people that are local. So I started going to other businesses and seeing who was following them.
Okay.
And then randomly I was like, well, I love this business. If other people love this business, they're probably like me. I like to work with people like me. I'm going to go find my people. Then I started stalking Instagram, and I found a quicker way to actually get in front of those people without me randomly requesting them as friends. is to tag the businesses in those posts. And then once that's done, the businesses will either share it or people will see those tags. So that works out pretty well. And I get a lot of comments that people find it valuable. They're like, oh, we're going on a date this weekend. Thanks for sharing that. Like, we didn't even know that was happening. Oh, yeah.
Community service. And I read somewhere where you're actually an ambassador for tourism. Is that?
Yeah. So my partner and I went through a full class of everything that has to do with Columbus, Ohio. So we are certified tourism ambassadors for the city.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you have to, is there a role in that, or is it primarily for your business so you can provide?
I think if you want there to be, there could be with like our local Experience Columbus, which is like the tourism center. But for us, it was just a great opportunity to learn about the Columbus history.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Great. So what your team, you have a partner and a team. So give us an idea of how you transitioned from solo agent to where you are now.
This is a good story. My business partner is also my personal partner. Didn't start off that way. We were essentially each other's competition. We both started in 2017 in the same office. She started a few months before me, and we were both in the LGBTQIA plus community. I noticed that she'd be out and about with my friends, vice versa. You know, there's a little age difference. It wasn't exactly the same group, but it was really close. And one day I had posted on my Instagram that I closed a house with my client and we're at the closing table waving, picture. And she's like, I just was with them last week talking about buying a home. And I was like, follow up, baby. So we actually went to something called Career Visioning that Keller Williams hosts.
Oh, yeah.
We were both there and we were sitting next to each other because we had befriended each other with our separate businesses that were very close when we started. And they make you fill out a list of like, tell me everything you love doing in real estate and tell me everything like you just feel like, ugh, I could do without, but I have to do it for my career. And so I'm like, I love negotiations, being in front of people, networking, give me people. And I hate numbers and I hate being behind a computer and I don't want to do the small task like transaction management. And her paper was the exact opposite of mine to a T. And I was like, oh, you're my missing piece. And it kind of just clicked there. We were like, I think we were either going to be like collaborate or competition.
Right.
So
Were you in the same office as well?
yeah.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
Actually, I'm in her downline because I saw on Facebook that she was in our, just started real estate. So I called her up. I'm like, what brokerage did you go to? So she told me. So I was like, okay, I'll check it out. Signed up and there we are.
How long was it just the two of you?
It's been the two of us on and off. We actually started in the beginning, when you get like real cocky, you're confident. You're like, I'm going to have this massive team. One time we had like 11 agents and God, was it horrible. And it was just, it was just too much. We were too new. And I think that was more for clout than the actual reason that we really wanted to grow these individuals. So for a while, we went back to just Lauren and myself. And then we brought on another agent that we've really gotten a chance to nurture and work with one-on-one. And she has done amazing business since she went to selling one home. Now she is a large player in the scene of Columbus. With that, we looked at her one day and I was like, hey, got a new lead for you. And she's like, eek, I'm getting busy. I'm like, oh, we need more help.
Right.
So we have a total team of 5 now, Lauren, myself, and then 3 agents.
Wow. And support as well?
Yeah, we have a full-time admin. Actually, I stole our transaction coordinator. She started her own transaction coordination business. And I told our business coach, man, I love her so much. She knows me. She knows how to talk to me. She knows exactly what I wish she could be our full-time admin. And he's like, why don't you ask her? And I'm like, she just started her own business. She doesn't want to do that. And I was like, I don't care. I'm going to ask her. Screw it. So I asked her and she's like, that sounds great. I'll do that. And I was like, okay. So I couldn't have asked her anything better. She already knows us from transaction management and now just dives in.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's back up a little bit. When you mentioned the 11 agents you had, this is such a common problem or occurrence with agents where they try to expand, just like you said, for clout. They want a team that sounds sexy. It's going to help me grow. And can you give me an idea of that experience where what some of the issues were that caused you to not want to do that anymore?
Yeah. The biggest one was we did not have our database set up and running. What we had was a good amount of closings under our belt, and we were real new. It was kind of like, wow, look at the all-stars. Look at them. They're doing something over there, right? And so from that, we were able to recruit easily.
Right.
And they were like, we want to be part of that. What our fail was, and I'll admit this very openly, is we didn't give them our best because we didn't know our best to give yet. We were too new to really pour into what a newer agent deserved. So what we had were like leads, open houses, and then like, let's get you on social media. So it was a lot and it was fast, but it wasn't quality.
Right. Well, what happened to your business? And then how did you know it was time to like pull the plug on this whole thing?
We decided to just completely break the system, and we went to a weekend. Another Keller Williams coach. We went to a weekend away in this part of the US and spent a few days with him and went back and we were like, okay, torch the whole thing. We got to
Really?
burn it down. Yeah. So we basically just went to our remaining agents and said, here's the new rules. This is the way the game's going to play. Here's your expectations. And if you don't want to be a part of this team, we are really okay with it. It's no hard feelings. Like, this is take the weekend. We gave everybody the weekend to think about it, and one person stayed.
Oh, wow. Good for
It
you.
was my brother.
So we're,
He's doing his own thing now, but that was,
yeah, good. That's smart, brave,
yeah,
tough decision, I'm sure.
humbling too, because we
Yeah.
just, it wasn't the right time.
Yeah. What happened to your personal production during all that? Did it suffer or were you able to stay above it all?
Our personal production suffered the most when we had the most agents on the team, especially newer agents. And what was even worse is that statistically, Lauren and I do 90% of the business. And the whole reason you start a team is because you're like, I'm going to give this business to the agents. Like, I'm going to step back a notch. And it was the complete opposite. We were struggling to pay for leads and running on overtime, doing production ourselves to keep everything going.
Yeah. I
So-
bet your net was way off too.
Oh yeah, way up. But this time around, the one thing we can see that we're doing different, because it was a big conversation. Like, we had our one agent, we were a nice little family. And do we grow again? Do we want to do that? What are we really wanting? I don't think that we want a big, massive 40-person team at all. We want our Navy SEALs, right? And we want to keep them close to us, and we want to provide for them everything that we can to get them the most money so they can change their family trees. Because that is the big thing for Lauren and I. Like, we do all of this because neither one of us grew up with a lot of anything. And we can actually change people's lives and their children's lives through real estate easily. So that's kind of something that we love about it.
What else is driving you to do all this? Because this business is not easy. You're doing well at it.
I love working with people that, like, there's a mutual respect and balance. I just created something that my favorite clients are going to get, and it's a form. And basically it's, again, related around branding, place to scroll at night. What's your favorite website? What's your favorite newsletter? It goes, and they're going to get something, like, they'll get a gift for doing this, but I need to know everything about them. What keeps you up at night? What is your dream neighborhood? And this form that is done now is going to go out to my team and myself, our dream clients, because from this information, I just want to get more of them, because
Right.
that's where I enjoy my job. I don't like, our career is based, there's so many people in this world and there's tons of personalities and I love it. But when I get a good client and I'm still communicating with them and I see them through their life phases and watch them have a baby, get another dog, do all the things, I'm like, oh, this is heartwarming. Like, that's the good stuff.
You mentioned branding quite a bit. Are you the driver behind all of that?
Yeah. So my partner is very analytical. She does a lot more with numbers and she's got patience. I don't. And so I'm more branding and face to face.
I noticed you keep mentioning Keller Williams because you've been there from day one.
Mhm.
One of the things,
Another odd thing.
I was there for a bit. And one of the things I've realized over the years, there's a brokerage for every agent and not an agent for every brokerage. So there's a match.
Yeah.
And
And normally people will try a lot of different ones. We
that's
haven't
right.
yet, but yeah.
No, don't rock it. One of the things, having been a recruiter for so long, I've tried to pull people and put them into another place. Keller Williams was one. I had a couple other companies I did that for. And what I realize is what I'm doing now is I actually talk to the agent, find out what they want, and then try to place them into the firm that's going to best fit their needs. It
Yeah.
saves time and money, saves the firm time and money, and everybody ends up being more productive and making more money. So going back to Keller Williams, the education has been a big part. You've mentioned it a few times. Yet your brand is your brand. And that's one of the things that a lot of agents get stuck on is they look at what company they're working with is the brand. And I'm sure if you went to another firm, doesn't matter what it is, wouldn't matter to your clients.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that three-quarters of our clients probably don't even know what the LKW stands for, which is our last names. So I definitely know that they're not paying too much attention to our brokerage.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So talk about branding. You have something coming up that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, so I'm working on a branding program. I'd like to talk. I just applied for a few TED Talks, so hopefully that comes to fruition. And I really am enjoying taking something. When I first started in real estate, I was like, "Oh, this is so mundane. How are you going to make it cool and fun for people?" Like real estate can be so boring. It's very important, but so is accounting. Also, not the most exciting thing.
Right.
But I feel pretty passionate that if an accountant came up to me and was like, I need you to make my business cool and brand it and give me some kind of content to make people need to work with me, I could do it. So I'm really focusing a lot on branding. We just had a client and so sweet. She has found me on Instagram and then finally was ready for her and her boyfriend to buy a house. We do all the things. And she actually ended up inheriting a house due to it as we're in the process of looking. So she called and told me, and I was like, that's great news. Congratulations. And she's like, but I'm really upset because I actually wanted to work with you. She's like, I wanted to be a part of the thing that happens when people work with you.
Right.
And that is so cool. And she's referred us business, and it's just kind of one of those things where people know that if they have a certain experience, it's just a way that they're going to look at your business, not as oh, that's an option. It's you have to. That's who you go with. You don't get other choices. This is
That's
just your person. This is your real estate agent for life. This is who you tell your friends to go to. And that's that.
that's powerful to be able to
Yeah.
get the messaging and actually have that message and be able to deliver it and have it stick. Well, that's
Yeah.
pretty powerful. So what the sticky part? How does that work? Because everyone, a lot of agents have a brand and they look and the feel and they do nice things for everybody. How do you get it to stick where you have that community of people just referring you?
We talk to our clients multiple times throughout a year. I'm not super big on events because there's so many things I wish I can go to. We have two kids that are 7 and 10. They're in sports and school. And there's so many times that you can't just go to a 1-day event. Our clients, we really kind of go multiple times throughout the year. They're going to talk to us via, this is something that's not done, but people love it. Anybody who's closed a home with us in the month of January, they get their HUD statement, their ALTA. Hey, remember, taxes are coming. Want to make some money? They're like, oh, thank you. My mom helped me mail those, So those are easy things. When school goes back after a winter break, I'm like, hey, everyone, I'm so excited. The kids are going back to school. Let me buy everyone coffee because I know I need it. I'm exhausted. We have a system set up that is just mass text messaging. If somebody has a child, they get a onesie that says LKW home team member in the making. I've got the perfect crib for you. They get toys. If they get a new dog, they're getting a dog LKW bandana. If they get a snake, we have postcard that says, what the duck did you get? For people that have gotten weird pets. So basically, everybody gets moved into a social media channel of some sort, wherever they are. And then it's up to me to watch them. What have you done? You just got your master's degree. We're sending you a gift card. You're going out to a nice dinner. We had clients that just adopted 2 children. I'm like, you guys are going out for an ice cream night. There's just small things that happen in people's lives that we can contribute to having them have a good memory for. And then that's, I think, how it sticks.
How to work. Plus, you're doing all these transactions. Do you have a life outside of this?
No, I don't. But that's okay, actually. That's the part that makes me feel good. Doing the like celebrating people, I think is the
Great.
part that makes me feel good.
Well, good for you. You must spend a lot of time with your kids. When you say you don't have a life, you're still a mom.
The heart is full force.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
So what's new for 2025?
I think that we are going to work on making sure that our agents have the tools that they need to become super powerful in the business. We're going to be pouring a lot into them as far as branding. My partner, Lauren, she's an expert in AI. She teaches classes on it.
Oh,
So she's been able to actually make our business go pretty seamless in terms of people answering our phone calls for us. And then we have an AI bot that answers the team number and allocates it to who they ask for and round robins it if they want to sell their home. So she is very focused on that and working with the team with that. I'm going to continue to teach everybody how to brand their business to make it stick, and we'll be pouring into the team a lot.
that's fascinating. So on the AI piece, she created that herself?
Yes, Joe, you need her on your show next. I'm telling you what, you'll be blown
I'd
away.
love to have her on.
You'll
Yeah,
be
so
blown.
I know a few people that are dabbling in that. I know one guy, he's trying to sell the concept. And then I have this young buck. He's a son of friends of ours that is just getting into real estate, and he's working with me. I'm trying to mentor him. He's got to keep himself out of trouble because I'll get him in trouble. Push him pretty hard. And the stuff he can do with AI and numbers and building APIs and pulling data, it's amazing what some of these people can do. So I would love to have Lauren on and talk about that.
Yeah,
Fast. It's right
absolutely.
there. And it's beyond just creating good content. It is so much
Oh my
more.
gosh, she doesn't do it. Yeah, like there's zero she's not using any of it for content. She did create a whole CRM though. And, you know, by herself, like we have a CRM that she has created, making items like just really random.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool. So back up a second on the TED Talk. If you're out speaking on TED Talk, going for that, you must be on the stage already.
I love public speaking. I'm weird like that. I'm like, give me people.
What's your role? What are you doing? Where are you talking about it?
Anywhere. So right now, before I really focused on speaking about social media, back when I first started in 2017, it was just kind of coming out, like the funny videos and all of the
Yeah.
hysterical, memes just weren't there. I did a lot of training on social media, and now I'm going to move that into 2025 into branding instead. So that's kind of where the plans are.
Great. So you've been progressing into this really highly focused brand,
Yes.
which is powerful. And the VIP, are people like eager to get into that XX VIP group? Do they know it exists? Is there like driving people up there?
They do. They know when they become part of the LKW family. And we have about 215 people that get gifts of some sort from us. Some of those are meshed in with like family members and spouses. But once a year, Lauren will go through and she's like checking to make sure nobody sold their on our VIP list. I just like, she's like, they're all still with us. They're good. And I'm like, okay, crazy. I think the VIP list is special. We have a Facebook group. Not everyone's on Facebook, but we do have like an LKW VIP Facebook group too.
Well, that's fantastic. Good for you. This has been fantastic. What would you suggest to an agent who's fairly new, wants to build a team? What would you say that they should be doing first?
I would say if you're new and you want to build a team, you really should get yourself a full-time admin first that is going to be able to completely monitor your emails, your transactions, because doing that plus actually growing a team member is not conducive to a healthy lifestyle. You'll just get super burnt out and bitter. So it's really like go the old school model, get yourself a nice admin first, do that, and then grow somebody, because having a team isn't just about being like, look, there's 10 of us. Aren't we cool? It's about, hey, these people need to feed their family. How are you going to help them do that?
Isn't there a book out there that has something to do with that? That's all that's written into the model.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The MREA. Yes. I know. That's why I'm like, it's so silly, but go old school. We need the admin first. And it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, that book is followed by many inside, outside Keller. It makes sense. I always thought that was a book Gary Keller wrote, not realizing it was just his research, and he was able to boil it down and to make it consumable for anybody. So it's a brilliant book. And
Yeah.
following it will absolutely get people in the right direction.
And being stubborn like we were and not listening
Yeah.
didn't do it.
No, I did the same thing. I
Yeah.
did the exact same thing. Yeah, and it costs time, aggravation, and
Mhm.
yeah. So good for you. It's fantastic.
Thanks,
I
Joe.
hope you get that TED Talk. Let me know when you do. I'd love to share it around.
Yeah.
It's great to have you on.
Thank you so much.
If you're watching and you appreciate this, please subscribe and check out Jen's. Yeah, I'll have Jen's connections down there too, so you can check out what she's doing and become a fan. Have fun. Be your best.